Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So by now I'm sure you already know what this video is, and it is of course my November plan with me. So it's nearly the end of the year and honestly this has been an interesting year, so I'm looking forward to the next couple of months but also looking forward to next year. So the theme that I kind of went for this month was this idea of walking through the city at night and seeing people's apartment lights and house lights through their windows. One of my favorite things to do is to walk around the city at night, so I feel like that was a lovely theme to do for this time. So I started off this spread by actually mapping out a bunch of different windows. They were mainly in this kind of industrial and French style window, but later on you'll see that I actually changed it up using some curved windows as well. I drew out a bunch of these, kind of mapping them out at the start in pencil, drew them out, and I did change it up a little bit with the dimensions, but generally to make sure it wasn't too overwhelming on the front page, I actually kept the dimensions relatively the same and just made sure everything fit in a kind of collage style grid. To draw the windows, we're actually using my fine liner, my Pigma Micron 0.1 fine liner, and I followed on from last month's theme and continued on with this sketchy style. I was really enjoying doing the sketchy style, so I think it worked very well for this theme. And then just to clean up the line work, I actually went in with my Uniball gel pen and just went over the line work that I wanted to be quite crisp. So that was the outside of the windows, the window sill, and just the window trim as well. I used two main colours for this theme. One was this kind of lilac colour, which is a Tombow dew brush pen, and also this darker purple and maroon kind of colour, which is also a Tombow dual brush pen. The colour codes that I used will be linked below, so definitely check that out as well if you would like to know more details. So I wasn't sure if I was going to colour in all of these panes, but I decided to do all of them because I feel like it just made the whole page look a bit more finished. So something that I actually started doing from quite early on with this spread was adding shadow using just the dual brush pens. I felt like this just made the page pop a little bit better and gave each of the windows that bit more depth, so they didn't look so flat and they looked a little bit more 3D. You've just seen that I went over the lilac with another dual brush pen in a more pink / blush kind of colour. I felt like the contrast between the lilac and the purple and the darker purple was a bit too strong with the cold and the warm tones, so I went over the top with the pink just to blend those two colours together a bit better. On the other side of this spread, I actually used as a calendar spread. This is something that I've been enjoying doing a lot more with these. I do sometimes do quote pages, but I feel like lately I've kind of wanted to keep my journal pretty simple and purely utility based. So I decided to just do a simple calendar spread, as I feel like I don't use my calendar spread that much when it's a full 2-page spread, so I like to put it on the cover page just to see what's going on for the month. I kept this pretty simple and just did a simple block calendar, which was 3 grid spaces by 4, for each box, and then did the title for where the weekdays would go in the darker purple again. Then where the numbers would go, I just did a small little dot using the lilac. So the next page that I'm setting up is actually my video planning kind of brain dump page, and also my monthly goals page. I do usually do trackers. I mean, I have done in the past couple of months, but last month I decided to kind of strip it back, keep it pretty simple, because I felt like I didn't using my trackers as much. I did actually decide later on that I actually wanted to include 2 trackers. I didn't actually film that bit though, so if you'd like to see how those trackers turned out, definitely go and check it on my Instagram. Also, a note on that as well, I do post all of these spreads as well as my updated weekly spreads over on my Instagram, so go and check that out. I would love to do some weekly lives as well with how I set up my weekly spread, so definitely let me know if that is something that you guys would love to see. So on the left side, which was my monthly goals page, I did a collage of windows in the corner. I was going to do them on the left hand side, but I decided that just to make it look a bit more interesting, they were going to be a collage on the right hand side in the bottom corner. I then used the same colour and techniques to create that bit of depth with the windows and the window panes, and then went over the top with the lighter pink colour. And then of course, to clean up the line work, I just went over with the Uniball pen as well. This was something that I actually really loved doing, because I felt like it just made the whole page pop and all of the windows just look that bit more crisp. I did keep these pages pretty simple because they are the place for me to kind of just spew my ideas out and also just write down my goals for the month. So this is actually the last spread that you'll see me set up for this month in this video, and that is my weekly spread. So like I mentioned, I actually did something a bit different with these windows. Instead of just doing the simple block windows that you've seen me do on the last couple of pages, I actually changed it up and did a kind of curved arch window at the top. I felt like this just made it a bit more interesting, especially with this style of weekly spread. It just broke it up a little bit and just made it a bit more interesting instead of just rectangular windows. I do like to do this kind of weekly spread when I would like something simple, pretty minimal, and just quick and easy to set up really. I think this is definitely one of the quickest to set up. I then of course went in with the lighter colour purple as well as the darker colour purple. And then with the days of the week, I haven't spoken too much about the style of font that I've used. So the style of font that I've used is actually this sketchy style of serif font. So like I mentioned previously, I actually wanted to continue on with this sketchy style The slight difference was that I suppose it was a bit more messy in a way, and also I added these little serifs on the ends of the letters, which I felt like just worked well with this theme and made it look kind of oldie. So that was my November plan with me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this was a shorter setup, but if you'd love to see some more of my spreads and themes and also the other things that I'm working on, definitely go and check out my Instagram. As well as that, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you know when my next video is. And if you'd like some more bullet journal inspo, definitely check out my previous videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone!